I'm Nathan Glazer, formerly in the Graduate School of Education at Harvard, and we're talking today with Paul Peterson, the editor of Education Next, who has just written a book called Saving Schools from Horace Mann to Virtual Learning.
As I see it, the really great advantage of this virtual education is that most kids in school are either bored or confused. Because if you don't get your material at just the right level of where you're ready to learn this particular kind of material, if you don't know it yet, if you don't have the background for it, you just can't assimilate it. And if you've already learned this material, you're just bored. And I think most kids in classrooms are bored. In high schools, I think this is especially true because kids are at all kinds of levels of accomplishment. And so they sit there and they're waiting for the other kids to catch up with them, or they're confused and they figure they'll never catch up. So I think that's what makes this virtual education sort of exciting, that if you fine tune it, if you get it right, and we're not there yet, I'm not going to claim we're there yet, but if you get it right, everybody can get the material at their exact level of prior accomplishment and they can build on that. So, but to turn to your question about Florida, and it is true that in Florida, a lot of kids take the PE program, or what I call the Phi-Ed program. It's required by the state of Florida. You have to take this course, and kids hate to take Phi-Ed in high school. If they're in sports, that's one thing, but the other kids, they don't want to take Phi-Ed, and so you can now take it online. Well, how in the world can you take physical education online? It's quite, but you can, in the sense that you can take your pulse and your weight, and you can promise your teacher that you're exercising today, and you can tell them what your favorite sport is. And some kids claim that this showed them the virtues of exercise and healthy living and so forth.
Is there some limit as to how many of these courses high school kids can take in the virtual program? And is the ultimate vision, not that I want to be ultimate about it, the abandonment of the physical school in terms of course, presumably you can take these courses anywhere from at home and so on, right?
Well, so, I talk about James Coleman, and he went to Manual High in Kentucky, and in Lexington, Kentucky, and he always said the school was great at teaching you how to play football, but it was terrible in the classroom. So I'm thinking, schools would be great for teaching football and sports and drama.
There's still things to do.
There are lots of extracurricular things, all the socializing things, right. We wouldn't want to ever abandon that. So but it could be supplemented.
There would be that core of things that do require community of some sort, even if it's a And
I think teachers should be turned into coaches. I think everybody should be like the football. The great thing about a football coach is he doesn't have to tell the kids they have to do well if they're if the team is going to do well, right? It's obvious to everybody.
I'm surprised to hear you say that in view of your general critical view towards progressive education and the whole notion of the teachers coach and the kids do what they want. But you're saying not quite the kids do what the kids do it at their speed and so on and so forth.
There's a lot to progressive education. Having child-centered schools is really important. And actually, I think the problem was we could never really get truly progressive education.
Well, it's a fascinating vision, and I'd like to see it go further.